What's going on? We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Y'all know what the business is. We grinding, talking about Oleksandr Gvozdyk and Adonis Stevenson, lineal, supposed to be the lineal WC title holder. He got stripped to being lineal. They fighting tomorrow, showtime. I think about 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They weighed in today. Both weighed in just under 175-pound limit at 175 and 1/4 for 175 and a half, I think. You know, both look good at the weigh-in, as you see in the thumbnail. This the final thoughts, man. I think this is going to be the best fight of tomorrow night. You know, unless Tyson Fury actually show up and produce like the old Fury will. And 9 times out of 10, he produces a stinker. And let's be real, Luis Ortiz Wilder produced a stinker in the first few rounds, and then it heated up. I can see that happening, but I think from beginning to end, I think Stevenson and Gvozdyk is going to be the fight of the night. It comes on regular showtime right before the Wilder and Fury card. That's my personal opinion about that, but I think it's a really good fight, man. I was impressed with what I've seen from Oleksandr Gvozdyk. I know he has some professional fights in the World Boxing Series, excuse me, and they don't count as pro wins, but he ain't as green as most people think he is. Really coordinated fighter. He doesn't have the unorthodox foot movement of Usyk and Lomachenko, but he has really good foot movement. It kind of puts you in the mind of a post style, but more athletic. Okay, and he ain't as stiff as post style. He got a little bend in his knees, and he's a guy that likes to keep you at the end of his punches. Make sure you check the description out for my prediction video I done on it. But I think the arm reach might be a little bit even. I think Stevenson might be a little bit longer. Check out the prediction video. But it's going to be a good fight. You're going to have Stevenson trying to close the distance. He's fought taller fighters before. A lot of people don't like Stevenson, so a lot of people be rooting for Gvozdyk, excuse me. And a lot of people don't like Stevenson because the Kovalev fight never happened. He ran over the Showtime, rightfully so. And why this fight is significant. This is the first time in like 4 or 5 years he's fighting a mandatory. And Gvozdyk is being allowed to come over and fight Stevenson on PBC. He's a top-ranked fighter. Lomachenko, Bob Arum, Usyk could be there to root him on in Canada. And it's tough to beat Stevenson in Canada. Ask Badou Jack, you know. A slow start and one slip up. We got hurt to the body. Kind of got that fight from him. And Stevenson, you know, got a draw. And he moving on to Gvozdyk. I believe if Stevenson beats Gvozdyk, that he going to fight Badou Jack again. And he get money. He's stepping up his class in competition. If he beats Gvozdyk in spectacular fashion, I think he's up for Fighter of the Year if he would have beat Badou Jack, but he didn't. But he had a good, solid year, you know. Real good, solid year for Stevenson. Better than the Thomas Top Dog Williams and fighting Fanfara and fighting, you know, guys lower competition, you know. So, you know, he's doing well. But I think this is going to be the best fight of the night tomorrow. I like both fighters, just looking at them. Gvozdyk looking at the tape, you know, I'm like, damn, okay. He pretty good. You know, good feet, excellent left hook, excellent right hand. And I'm going to tell you about the money punch I talked about in the prediction video that might put Stevenson down. You know, but Stevenson it brings more tricks to the table than I thought, man. You know, other than the left hand, the way he sets it up with a sweeping right hand, the way he set it up with punching to the body. He got an uppercut he used. He got good inside game I didn't know he had. And his hands is faster, and his IQ is higher than people believe. And Gvozdyk gonna get tested. If Gvozdyk wins, he be a real, true title holder, and that's to be respected in an era of fighters winning their titles by vacant, you know, and gifted titles. You know, he earned his title shot. He fighting the guy in the division. He not fighting nobody that's washed up. Even though Stevenson's 41, he turned pro at 29, and they both look physically good. Stevenson excuse for having a bullshit performance versus Badou Jack was that he had a cold, you know, and he was off. He missed a lot of left hands, and that's accredited to the cold. I think it's mostly accredited to Badou Jack being a good fighter and a balanced boxer. But, you know, Badou Jack was so timid in the beginning of that left hand. And we'll see Gvozdyk. Gvozdyk got put down by Tommy Caprese out of Pennsylvania. Hopefully I pronounced his last name right. He got put on his ass, okay? And I heard he got a light feathery chin. And if he ain't got a good chin, because his defense ain't top rank, okay? It ain't the best. You know, he understands distance. No, but he hasn't fought anybody that can close the distance like Stevenson, who can feint you, and that's going to bait you and use sweeping right hands, lead right hands, use a jab to the body, use a jab to the head. And he has a sneaky left uppercut as well, too, you know. But Gvozdyk got a really sneaky right uppercut that can end the fight for Stevenson. And Stevenson make a wrong mistake. Because Stevenson got stopped by Darnell Boone. Okay, even though Darnell Boone's dropped Kovalev technically twice, then he kind of once and beat him. It took all the, but he didn't beat him. He got a robbery. So, you know, and they fought again. Kovalev waxed him. He fought Stevenson again, and Stevenson stopped Boone. But Boone got a hell of a body count. He dropped Andre Ward as well too. But like I said before, this is going to be a fight of ranges. Can Stevenson close the range? You know, can Gvozdyk control, keep his distance? Because if Gvozdyk can keep his distance, he like Kovalev. He like to keep at the end of his punches. But if you can get on the inside and work him, I don't think he'd do well there. And Stevenson is going to try to close the distance, get on the inside and work him. Right hook to the body, left hook to the body, uppercut. But you got to watch out for Gvozdyk. You know, he ain't stiff like Postal, but he got good footwork and balance like Postal. But he a little bit more slicker, really sweet hands, sweet quick hands, good footwork. But he don't move his head that much. Okay, that head stay in the middle. And if his head stay in the middle and he don't feint Stevenson, or he go for Stevenson feint, he get cracked with the left hand, gonna knock the whipped cream off that boy face. All right. So, you know, he can knock the whipped cream off of Stevenson's face as well too. It's a good fight. I wouldn't call it a 50-50 fight, but I think it's close to a 50-50 fight. You know, Stevenson is young, 41. He turned pro at 29. So it's a fight that I'm looking forward to. I still call it the fight of the night. Salute to Javon Sugar Hill. I interviewed him earlier this year. The only interview I ever did on this channel. I've done interviews before. Shout out to Colossal Sports TV as well. Y'all can subscribe to that brother. He had a whole bunch of interviews and stuff of that nature that we done together. He done with the other guys we all used to work together with. So, but yeah, I talked to him, and you know he got a tough fight coming up, man. And Gvozdyk is a really good guy, really coordinated, and I'm telling you, he's more experienced than his record indicated with his amateur pedigree background. That gives him an edge over Stevenson, who didn't have a big amateur background, who started with Emmanuel Stewart. And then also he had wins. I'm not sure his record on the World Boxing Series, World Series Boxing, or World Boxing Series, whatever they call it. So your Lomachenko and your Usyk, they not that green. They have pro-am experience in the World Boxing Series, okay, or World Series of Boxing. That's what it's called. You know, but it just don't count as pro experience. But it's going to be a really good fight, man. Like I said, both look fantastic at the weigh-in. Stevenson promised he's going to stop Gvozdyk. I'm pretty sure Gvozdyk going to show up for Lomachenko, Usyk, and Bob Arum and take the belt back to top rank. This has a lot of implications on it. This could be the end of Adonis Stevenson, because I don't see too many people giving Adonis Stevenson the shot that he wanted, because he deprived so many guys of shots. You know, he deprived Kovalev of a shot. He deprived Elder Alvarez of a shot. He didn't fight Bivol yet. He didn't fight Andre Ward. You know, Andre Ward didn't want to fight him over the money. That's a totally different story for another day. And obviously, I could see a situation, you know, where, you know, they end up getting it on. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter. Also, we'll make donations to the channel. That links in the description as well. You can email me as well. I appreciate everybody for checking out the channel. Everybody stay blessed. Prediction video in the description. We out.